Q1 sales blitz deadline was hitting me like a speeding train. 50 car loans closed by New Year's Eve, or I was out of a job. It was December 30th, and even pushing myself to the absolute breaking point, I was still 10 contracts short. That's when the news alert popped up on my phone. Weston Group's holiday bonus: 100 high-performing employees receive a new car. In a final humiliating act of desperation, I dialed my father's number. We hadn't spoken in 5 years. I saw the news about the Weston Group cars. I managed, my voice thin and tight. Could they process the financing through me? I just need this last push to hit my numbers for the month. The silence on the line stretched out, 5 years thick. Finally, that familiar clipped sigh. Fine, Anna. But before I could even breathe out, my twin sister's voice, sharp and icy, cut through the receiver. Don't you dare, Dad. She walked out on this family. She said she wouldn't rely on us. The line went dead. The silence that followed was suffocating. The vast, echoing sound of a door slamming shut. A nurse walked into my small hospital room, dropping the final urgent statement for my chemotherapy payment onto the table. Look, beds are a premium, she said, her voice completely devoid of sympathy. If you can't cover the balance, you need to be discharged. You're not the only one fighting cancer, and others are waiting. The diagnosis had devoured every cent of my savings. I was fighting cancer and my career at the same time. Now, the money was gone, the sickness wasn't, and my job was about to vanish. I maxed out the last dollar on my credit card to settle the bill, signed the discharge papers, and stepped back out onto the street. The cold was a physical shock. Shivering, I didn't know where to go. All I could do was replay the pathetic highlight reel of my useless life. My father, Conrad Weston, subscribed to a brutal form of meritocracy. From the moment my sister and I were born, we were competitors. Victoria opened her eyes first. She got the formula. I was relegated to rice cereal. She crawled at 6 months, and Dad hired 10 rotating specialists for her. I was left in a nursery, fed on a strict schedule, but mostly alone. When we started school, she had the best tutors and scored 100% on every test. If I brought home a 99, I missed dinner. You want it, you earn it, he would drone, his expression cold. If you fail, it's not the system, it's you. You slacked off. Remember this, Anna, the strong take all. It's the only law that matters in this house and in the world. At 6 years old, I etched his words into my heart. I cannot slack off. I must earn that missing point. I must earn my parents' love. I pulled all-nighters, threw myself at my schoolwork, and finally, for an entire semester, I matched Victoria. A perfect 100 on everything. But it wasn't enough. She not only aced her exams, but she also clinched the national junior track title for the state. That winter break, Mom and Dad took her on a lavish European tour, leaving me alone to house sit. I survived on cold water and day-old bread, convinced it was the penance I deserved for not trying hard enough. I set a goal: 10 years. I would get into a better college than she did. Just once, I would win a reward from them. I became a machine, a straight A, sleepless automaton. Then, on the day the acceptance letters came out, I collapsed. I slept through the day in a feverish haze. When I woke up that evening, the house was silent, empty. The sickness gave me a strange clarity. I found our applications and slowly, tremulously, typed the access codes into the computer. My hand was shaking so badly I almost missed the key. I opened my eyes. I had scored 1 point higher. I had won. I knelt there, sobbing uncontrollably. 10 years of grinding effort, finally justified. I had to tell them. I ran out the front door, shouting. The neighbor's nanny was locking up. She stared at me, confused. You didn't go? Your parents are hosting Victoria's acceptance party at the Peninsula Ballroom. Everyone in the district is there. By the time I reached the ballroom, Victoria was basking in the spotlight, a gilded princess in a designer dress. Thank you all for coming to celebrate my success, she purred into the mic. And thank you, Mom and Dad, for throwing this wonderful party. Her celebration? I won. It was my moment. I burst through the crowd, crying, and screamed at my father. You lied to me. You said the strong take all. Why is she here when I beat her?